got my goggles. No, you already got goggles. They already on me.
Oh, what color are your goggles?
Orange and yellow.
Okay.
Well, what's your kind of goggles?
Red. Are you ready?
Yes. Head out. Head out.
G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, what we're checking out is this bad boy right here. And if you're indoor flying, if you are into flying around indoors, having some fun with FPV, and it might be raining outside, well, this is going to be the whoop for you. What we're looking at, it is the Eachine UZ65. I'm going to put the link down below, but essentially we're going to be flying around, having some fun, and breaking this thing down and finding out, is this the right whoop for you? How much fun can you have with it, and what do you get for the price? Because I think it's coming in at around the $85, $90 mark, which is kind of crazy considering the tech that we can get nowadays for whoops like this. I would have killed for something like this back when I first started FPV. I, believe it or not, actually tried to fly a 5-inch in my house. So I am so glad when I first started, I am so glad that nowadays we have something like this. So let's do it. Let's break it down, go through the overview, the text and the specs, and then we'll fly around in the house, have some fun, because that's what these whoops are all about. It is just about having fun, experiencing FPV. Even if you can't get outdoors, you can still have an awful lot of fun with one of these little things. So as an overview, what it is, it's a tiny little whoop. It's coming at 21 grams. It's got some ducks on here, so it's not going to be hurting anything. And essentially, it is just made to be flying around having fun. Don't expect to be going outdoors on a windy day. Don't expect to be going to some crazy outdoor races. This, as far as I'm concerned, is just about experiencing FPV, the joys of flight and flying around anywhere. You might have a tiny space, a tiny office, a tiny house, your apartment, wherever it is. It might even be a warehouse or something, but you can fly this thing virtually anywhere. It's very easy to control. Now, you do get a little bit of a kit. We're going to be comparing it to the Mobula 6 as well, because they're a very, very similar class of drone. You get a little carry case, some of the extras, you get some spare little props, you get 4 batteries, a tiny little USB charger actually, which is in here as well. I don't know if that's going to be in short. You get a tiny little USB charger. So yeah, that's all the little extras, the boring stuff out of the way. It runs on a 1S 300 milliamp hour battery, and overall, I gotta say, it was heaps of fun flying this thing around. Now let's do it. Let's break it down, have a look at the text, quickly go through some of the text and the specs before we go out and pretty much fly around with my daughter. She absolutely loves these little drones. She chases them around all day. We have a lot of fun learning about FPV, but it's, of course, little whoop shape, 21 grams, starting at the outside in. We've just got some tri-little blade props right here, but this is something that is a little bit different. We have some 802 motors, and they're 19,000 kV, and I must say, it has plenty of pop. Towards the middle, we just have our little 5 amp ESC, more than enough, F4 flight control, all that sort of stuff, but then we actually have something pretty special, which is different to the Mobula 6. So on here, we have, it is a tiny little nano camera from RunCam, but also we have a separate VTX, which means it's not built into the board, which means we can get more power. So this thing can go up to 100 milliwatts, which is essentially we usually can only go to 25 milliwatts on the Mobula. So this bad boy, if you want to go a little bit further range-wise, that's definitely going to be up there for a lot of people. And also, I'll put some links down below. You can even get a TBS Crossfire Nano version, so your range should be absolutely awesome. If you want to do some, I don't know if long range whoop is kind of the thing that you want to do, but if you had a TBS version, cranked up the milliwatts on here, you're probably going to be getting more range than most whoops on the market. Now moving along, let's talk, and you can also adjust the camera by simply tightening and loosening these little screws on the side. Now moving on, talking about the design, I think it's very standard. What can you say about these whoop canopies and these tiny little brushless whoops nowadays? They really haven't changed the style of whoop since they came out about 3 years ago. So all it's doing differently, it's just got a little bit more powerful motors on here and a different VTX. So I think in terms of those parts and designing the frame around that, it's working out pretty well for them. If we talk about the quality of thing, Eachine is not really known for the outstanding quality. Sometimes it can be a bit hit and miss. This one's about a 7 out of 10. I did have an issue flying this one around where in a hard crash, it was just losing video all the time, and I wasn't too sure what was going on. Turns out one of the plugs just wasn't pressed in properly, so this little plug at the back here where the VTX connects, that wasn't fully pushed in. So as soon as I do that, I didn't have any more issues in terms of the video dropping out. And then the pros and the cons. It is cheap, it is fast, it flies really well. You can get a higher milliwatts, you can get a TBS receiver. Things that I don't like, some of the cons, it might be a little bit too fast for some people indoors, and it's definitely built more for speed, I think, than for handling. So maybe if you want to take this to some little indoor whoop races, and you've got the skills to pay the bills, you're going to be loving it. It does turtle mode, and you also get 4 free batteries or 4 extra batteries as well, which is kind of nice versus some of the others. So you should have plenty of flight times. Also comes with a little charger. But look, that's the boring stuff on the bench. That is the Eachine UZ65, the text and the specs. I know what you want to see now. Let's go out, fly around the house. I'll give you my commentary. And I might also throw some footage up. I just decided to record my daughter. She has a little pretend radio. She puts on a pretend goggles sometimes, and we go for a little fly and just, you know, experience the world of FPV and have some fun. So that's what drones are all about. It is all about fun, and that's what this little quad represents. So let's do it. Let's jump straight into that footage and find out just how much fun you can have with the Eachine UZ65. In 3, 2, 1.
We already did your one, and now I got my one.
All right.
First we did your one.
What are we doing now?
Now we're doing my one.
Okay. What am I plugging in?
Say cheese, cheese. Good.
You got your goggles on? Put your goggles on.
It's got yellow and orange.
Okay. Oh. Righty, we're just going to jump into some flights because we've been flying through quite a few packs of this thing, having some fun. I love these little drones for flying around indoors. A very stable little fly with plenty of poke as well. Now, one thing I want to mention, I was having a few crashes with this, and every time it bounced into the roof, because my daughter loves this game, it bounces into the roof, and I was like, oh, what's the drone doing? The video was dropping out, but that was because one of the plugs was very loose. So if you do end up getting this and you're getting some video issues, please make sure you change those plugs, or don't change those plugs. Make sure they're pushed in correctly. Once I've done that, I had no problems whatsoever. And the other problem we had in one of the crashes, the antenna popped off, so make sure you put some hot glue on here as well. And it wasn't getting any video range issues whatsoever. This one's on 25 milliwatts, flying around, having fun, and you can see you can either fly it fast, you can also fly it slow. There's some amazing slippers I've got on right there. But if you just want to do a little bit of exploring, cruising around, this drone has absolutely got you covered. It can also do turtle mode as well, so when it gets stuck upside down, what I really like about this, if you don't have a little assistant like I do who can go and fetch the drones, especially when it's on flat battery or something, you can just flick that switch and it'll right itself, and then you can take off again. The props didn't come off. You can see it's got plenty of power, plenty of poke when you're screaming this thing around, which is something that a lot of people are looking for in their brushless little whoops. And it's kind of a little bit crazy, actually, just how much power, stability you can get from a tiny little drone in 2020. Now, price range, I've got to say you're going to absolutely love it. It's going to be very comparable to the Mobula 6 in all regards. I do feel like the Mobula 6 handles a little bit better. This one just seems to be a little bit faster. I think right here is when I do an example of turtle mode as well. And then you're just off to the races. The dog's watching it there in the background. But overall, a lot of fun. And you can see I pushed my antenna focusing out the top there, you can see on the left, because that way I would tell if it came off. So if it wasn't there in the video, I knew I had to go looking for it. It only came off once, but overall, yeah, just a fun little drone that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. No oscillations. On takeoff, it did sound a little bit weird while it was still on the bench, I would say, but as soon as it got airborne, no problems. The camera is clear. I love how you can push it up to 100 milliwatts as well. And also, if you can get one of the versions with the crossfire setup, you should be having a heap of range. And here I thought, how small is this? Can we fly through that tiny little gap in my daughter's chair? It wasn't meant to be. So it actually wasn't that small, but pretty crazy. Just what you can do with 21 grams of FPV power, flying around, having some fun, nice clear OSD, all that sort of stuff. And if you've got a tiny space or you just want to do some FPV, it's raining outside, something like this is going to go a long way. And just all in all, I think these are the quads that get a lot of people into the hobby. And they're not really expensive, but you can still have tons and tons of fun. That's how they should sum this up, is probably if I had to sum this up in one word, it is just tons of fun. So, well, that's actually 3 words. Anyway, what we should do, let's wrap this video up. But I'd love to know what do you guys think about it, what you think, especially compared to the Mob 6 as well, because they are very, very similar craft and around similar prices as well. Rightio, so there it is. There's my review of the Eachine UZ65, and overall I got to say I like it. Whether you get this one, whether you get the Mobula 6, they are going to be different. If you're after more range, more speed, I feel like this one's going to be more up your alley, and also you get, I think, more spare batteries with this bad boy, a little carry case. If that stuff interests you, definitely pick up this one. I think the Mobula 6 for me was easier to control in those really, really tight turns and tight spaces. Just felt a little bit more stable, but they are a very, very similar drone. So it really depends what you're after. You're after more speed and longer range, or you're after a little bit more stability in the air. But both of these are a lot of fun to fly. I'll put both the links down below anyway. But yeah, the Eachine UZ65 is going to make a lot of people happy. One of the things I did notice, the more I flew it around though, was I would probably want to put a little bit of hot glue on this antenna here, because the antenna on top of the VTX did pop off in one of our flights, and look, nothing seemed to be damaged. I didn't get any more dropouts or anything like that, but It just needs to be secured a little bit more because it is only held on by the UHFL connector. So if you do end up picking one of these, just put a little bit of hot glue on the top. It's going to stop that dropping off. And also, I do like how it can go up to 100 milliwatts. I think that's going to serve a lot of people too. If you have a large house, you've got to fly through a few walls, or you might want to even go outside around the house and come back in. Well, you're going to be able to do it with this one as opposed to something like the Mob. So anyway, the link's down below. Let me know what you think. Huge shout out to my daughter for actually helping me with this review. We often fly drones around in the house, but I thought because this one's turned up and it's new, she loves the Mob 6, but this would be a good time to record some of her actions because FPV, it changes people's lives, and I think if you can do it with your family, what better people to have some fun flying around in the sky. So anyway, on that, subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying. Oh, also, we've got a stream tomorrow morning, so in like 20 hours time or something like that, check the little notification bell because if you watched it this far, we've got a really cool stream tomorrow. We've got some giveaway prizes, all that sort of stuff, so comment, check that out. So let's do it. I'll see you later, and as always, happy flying. Hang on, what's this drone doing? Where's he going? Is he getting a coffee? Is the drone getting a coffee? Drone. Hang on, he's at the roof. Hey. 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 Ah.
It's funny drone. It's a funny drone.
Is it?